If your workout routine is not delivering results, don't worry. It's not necessarily about working harder. It really is about working smarter. In this video, I'm going to break down the most common reasons why your workout routine isn't working and how to fix it. Hi, I'm Juliet, and I've been a health and fitness coach for over 18 years, and I help people over 35 stay fit, lose fat, and build strength for life. And if you've been struggling in the gym, comment below, let me know what your biggest challenges are, and that'll help me decide what videos to make next. So let's get into what's going wrong and how to fix it. First, I want to define what it means to work. There are a lot of reasons why people might want to work out: fat loss, building strength, endurance, or just being healthy. The strategy has to align with your goal, otherwise you're just going to be spinning your wheels. So that's the first thing. Your workout needs to be catered towards what your goal is. I see a lot of people working out in ways that are just not supporting their intended outcome. So the best way to fix this is to get more specific and learn about the principles that will actually help you see results. I want to talk about specifically fat loss and building muscle, because I see that as one of the #1 goals that clients will come to us with. Now, there are many workouts out there, from classes to different programs, that are going to be saying that this is the best workout to give you those results. And the truth is, unless you are applying the correct amount of effort into those workouts, oftentimes you will not be getting those results. So when you're choosing a workout, I want you to think about it being individualized to what you actually want and need. Think about the world's best athletes, like cyclists in the Tour de France. They are doing very specific endurance-based training to get to that start line and finish the race. Or a sprinter, they're going to be doing power exercises and specific types of strength and conditioning along with track workouts that are going to align with what their goals are. The next thing that I see a lot is program hopping, or people doing random workouts, going from thing to thing. Maybe one day you're jumping into a group fitness class, the next day you're looking at someone's app and doing a random strength program. Another day you're going for a run. And while I am here to say that all movement is good movement, if you're complaining that you're not getting the results that you're looking for, this is one of the reasons. No structured progression equals no results. And you want to see something that you can actually track over time to know that you have progressed. So the big fix for this is stick to a structured program for at least 6 to 8 weeks before you start making any adjustments. There's a level of patience that is required, especially when you're starting a program. You can't expect to have results overnight. The way that the human body works is it takes a certain amount of time to build muscle and to lose body fat, and we really need to let that process unfold. There's a saying that we overestimate what we can do in a short amount of time and really underestimate what we can do in a long amount of time. Think about the long game here when it comes to this stuff. So the next thing I see is doing the same program or using the same weight over and over again without making any changes. I can't tell you how many times I see this in the gym where I see someone just going in and doing the same routine over and over again. And while that can be easy, especially psychologically, it can also be really hindering you from seeing any results. Our bodies need stimulus in order to get results. And if it's getting the same stimulus over and over again, it adapts, and then there are no results after a while. The human body is designed to be as efficient as possible, and building muscle and losing body fat is not an efficient process. Our body wants to be in homeostasis. In order for the body to build muscle, we have to trigger it. We have to give it a serious stimulus. Something I see all the time with clients is this takes a psychological toll on us as well as a physical toll. Our nervous system is going to be very impacted by this, and we have to get used to this kind of training feeling and effect that occurs. There's a couple ways that we can do this. We can lift heavy with very low repetitions, anywhere in the 1 to 5 range, or we can do more of a hypertrophy plan where we're looking to build muscle. This would be in more of that 6 to even 30 rep range. But either way, you have to push yourself very, very hard. When I'm working with clients, I typically really like the 6 to 12 rep range. I feel like psychologically, it's something that we can wrap our heads around. And I find that people are more cautious and afraid to go very low rep and heavy weight. Most of my clients are just looking for hypertrophy. They want to build muscle on their body. And so that 6 to 12 rep range that I recommend, I want you to be pushing yourself so hard that you only have anywhere between 1 to 3 reps left in the tank. This takes getting used to. You have to practice this. You have to get comfortable with this. It takes a toll not only mentally to get over that fear of, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can push another rep, but it also will take a toll on the central nervous system, where you will feel a level of exhaustion and fatigue from this in a very different way than if you could just keep going. The next problem that I see that is not helping you get to your goal is doing too much cardio. Now, I myself consider myself a cardio queen. I love the way cardio makes me feel, and I like to do it a lot, but I even have to reel myself in because I know that sometimes all it's doing is depleting me, exhausting me, making me a lot hungrier than I need to be, so I end up overeating. And then it's not necessarily getting you to your goals of wanting to be leaner and build more muscle and change your body composition. Now, cardio is said to burn calories, and that is true, but also our body becomes very efficient, and the more we do something, the less calories we actually are burning at that thing. If you're looking at your smartwatch and it's telling you every time that you've burned 500 calories in an hour, that is not accurate, that is not true. And if you get your heart rate down because your cardiovascular fitness improves, you're gonna see that calorie burn just keeps going down even though you've become more fit. So we don't wanna equate calories burned in cardio to the amount of calories that your body's actually losing. And that can kind of trick us into thinking, okay, now we've afforded ourselves all this food to eat. And I find that can be very, very detrimental for people in achieving their goals. There's always going to be this debate, cardio before lifting, or should we do cardio after lifting? Personally, I think you can do either. Again, depends on your goals. If you're looking to maximize your strength, then we would want to focus on our strength first, cardio after. If you're doing more hypertrophy, and you're not looking for that max strength and you're just looking to go to that 1 to 3 reps in reserve, you can do cardio before. So you can kind of play around with it. I think it's good for the body to change it up a little bit. Sometimes I will just force myself to do my cardio after once in a while because I like to do my cardio first. I think it's also important to think about the psychological impact that exercise has on us. For me personally, I love doing my cardio first. It gets me sweaty, it gets me in the mood, I'm super warmed up, and then I'm ready to hit the weight. But everybody is different. But again, that debate is gonna probably be something you see forever. If you're not looking for max strength, then it's okay if you do cardio before you lift. There's a lot of people who are kind of like one camp or the other. They love cardio, they love weights, but we need them all to be a well-rounded athlete and to be healthy. Something I see a lot is poor exercise selection, doing more isolated movements, trying to spot reduce, for example, which would mean that we're doing crunches in order to get abs. When we know that there is no such thing as spot reduction, we can't lose body fat in a specific area just because we work that area. Now, we can focus on different areas of the body to build muscle. We can highlight our shoulders, for example, doing a lateral raise. But for most of my clients, they don't have a lot of time to train like bodybuilders and to be in the gym for over an hour for 4 or 5 days per week doing these split routines where one day you might do chest and triceps and another day you're doing back and biceps. Most of my clients are working out 3 days per week, which is pretty ideal when you have a busy life and you're trying to maximize the effort that you're putting in the gym. And you can even get away with doing 2 days of strength training per week and see big results when it comes to building muscle and overall health. So the best way to train when you're trying to get the most bang for your buck are to do exercises that are going to target multiple muscle groups at the same time. I call these the heavy hitters. We don't have to be in the gym for an hour unless you are someone who has a lot of time and this is a hobby for you and you really, really love it. I love my gym time. So I plan out over an hour every single time I go because it's very meaningful to me and I make the time in my life for it. But not everybody loves this as much as I do and I don't expect it. But we know that the benefits are so incredible and so we need this, especially if we're trying to live a long life where we have capabilities way into our old age that we wouldn't have otherwise if we didn't do this now. So when we're talking about these heavy hitting exercises, we're thinking of things like squats, deadlifts, pressing movements like a bench press or an overhead press, a bent over row exercise. So we think about these exercises, they're not just targeting one muscle like a leg extension would, where it's only working the fronts of your legs, your quads. A squat is going to be working your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes. You're going to be activating your core in a squat exercise. So let's say we pick just 5 or 6 movements to do, but we do them really well. We progress them really well week after week. We challenge the crap out of ourselves. You don't have to be running around doing all of these random movements. Novelty is important. If you're someone that gets bored and you don't want to do the same things all the time, there are ways that you can still do these movement patterns, but change them up a little bit. Whether we change the tempo of an exercise, how fast or slow we do it, we might do a different variation of a squat. We might do a leg press instead of a squat. There's a lot of ways that you can change up the movements if you don't want to do the same thing every time. But like I said earlier, we want to stick with a program that you are doing similar movements all the time so that you can see your strength progress and you can build muscle. And this is the last one, and I'm going to make a whole video separate on this topic because it will take a little bit too long to go into. But if you're relying on your workouts purely for fat loss and building muscle, but you're not focusing on your nutrition, you are missing a giant piece of this pie, because we know that the nutrition is really what's going to get us there in conjunction with the working out. It's sort of like going back to these endurance athletes or sprinters. They have very specific dietary needs that are going to get their body to do the things that they're asking of it. It's the same thing for us when we're in the gym. This is a missed opportunity. So if you are not thinking about the timing of your eating around your workouts, you're not thinking about how much protein you're getting to actually increase muscle protein synthesis throughout the day after you've lifted weight, then that's a whole nother topic that I'm going to go into at another time. But that's a big one that I see as to why people aren't getting the results they want, even though they're super consistent with their workouts. You're putting so much effort into the gym, and this is an easy fix to upgrade your nutrition, I promise. So if your workout routine hasn't been working up until this point, hopefully you have a little inkling as to why and how to fix it. And if all of this is a little bit overwhelming, I want to introduce you to our Ultra Life program, where we help people over 35 get fit, lose fat, build muscle, and just be healthy for the rest of their life. We build in all the principles that I talked about today into our workout routine. We have a really easy to use app, and Mackie and I will communicate with you, hold you accountable, talk to you every single day. So check that out, check the link below. We would love to just have a consultation with you. All of our consultations are free. We just want to get to know you, get to know how we can support you. Remember, fitness is not about working endlessly, it's about working more effectively. And we covered a lot today, but remember, the key principles are train smart, train well, be consistent. And if you found this helpful, check this video out that I picked out for you to watch next. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and comment below. Let me know what your biggest challenges are, because I will respond to you, I will answer you, I will try to help you the best that I can. I know we covered a lot, but I'm sure we did not cover everything.